Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco, sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
When you're feeling all alone, only you to hold your own. No one there to help you, only there to hold you down. So stop, don't beat up yourself, 'cause it's everyone else. So don't look down, look up around, 'cause you are better. I can see that when the fire gets started, it takes a lot of tears to wash away. When they come and make you feel downhearted, don't hide away. And now it's feeling like the longest day. It's getting harder to find the will to stay. You gotta find the strength inside of you, so don't hide away.
Regardless of color, race, or sexual orientation, each individual deserves to be accepted. Many people are judged by things they cannot even control. A person's actions should be the only factor determining whether or not they warrant respect. Imagine being rejected for having shared a piece of yourself with your loved ones. How would you feel knowing your loved ones who once supported you are no longer want you in their life because you are different from them? This is what Joey had to face when he told his family he was gay. The world is becoming much more accepting of diversity, including sexual orientation. The journey may not always be easy, but it's necessary to be proud of who you are. Accepting yourself is the first step to being accepted by others.
I went to a school where I was the only gay guy there. I was basically an easy target. I got pushed in the halls. I got spit on. I wasn't just getting bullied at school, I was getting bullied at home. And I started contemplating suicide, and I tried to commit suicide, and I felt really alone. My name's Joey. I grew up at Cocoa Beach, Florida, right across the street from the beach. My brother was my best friend growing up, and we used to go surfing all the time and just have fun with anything we got into. In the mornings, it was peaceful, birds were feeding, everything was just so calm. It's something we will always have, just remembering being there for each other in that moment. Didn't realize like growing up was gonna turn into something else. My mom was my best friend, and she was always there for me, no matter what. She left, and she moved on with a different guy. When they leave you, it makes you have trust issues on other people, with relationships and friendships. My brother is older than me. He always had my back, and he never let anything bad happen to me.
Try to get it back. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. We're just playing.
He was always there.
You okay, man?
Until he graduated, and then things started changing. When I was 12, I started hitting puberty, and that's when I knew I was attracted to boys and not girls. I was definitely scared in that moment. I didn't know what was gonna happen to me. I didn't know how people were gonna think of me, and I kinda just didn't want to even have that concept of liking boys. I wanted to like girls. When I told one of my friends that I was gay, they didn't know what to think. They were like, oh, is he gonna flirt with me? And when I told him, I thought he would understand, and he didn't. He stopped talking to me, and then he kept telling other people, and it just spread like wildfire.
Yeah, he's gay.
Are you serious? I didn't want to feel different. I wanted to be just like every single other kid at school, happy, getting their education, and just not worrying about somebody saying something to you and making you feel bad about yourself. And I had nobody, and Everyone just saw me as that gay kid. They didn't get to know who I was. I hate getting told it's a phase because I knew I was on a phase at 13. I knew this was who I was gonna be. Why would I put myself in this situation if it was just a phase? Faggot, gay, queer. I started getting threatened every single day.
Why are you here, bro? This is a boys' washroom, not a girls' washroom. Get back in there.
Stay in there.
Stay in there.
Don't even come up.
What's that?
I was told that I was gonna get punched in the face next period. And these two guys came up to me and asked, do you want to fight? It was constant fear and bullying. I feel alone. This kid went to my school, and he was a kid who didn't like gay people. We rode the bus together because he lived in the same neighborhood as me. And when we got off the bus one day, and he was just yelling, you faggot, I want to beat your ass. He always took a knife to school, so I was terrified when he was following me. I ran home, and my apartment complex has a lock, and it slammed. I made sure that he wasn't behind me. He came to the door, and he started trying to open the door, making a lot of noise, saying, faggot, open this door. I was terrified. I didn't want to ride the bus anymore. I didn't want to go to school anymore, because it just got worse after that. I didn't have anybody. I wasn't just getting bullied at school, I was getting bullied at home. You would think that would be your safe area, your house. It wasn't for me. I got really low with my dad.
Hi, Dad. How are you? So why can't you see the games on?
He's homophobic because I guess that's what he grew up seeing, that people did not like gays.
The guys make fun of you working, not for you. Just leave me with my goddamn game, will ya?
You are a disappointment. You're not gonna carry my last name.
You don't deserve to have my name. You make me sick. Great.
My mom used to be the one who would always have my back, and I didn't have her. It was just him, and he made me feel so bad about myself. Your parents are supposed to be accepting and always loving you no matter what. It's not fair. I can't say I had a mom because I didn't. She abandoned me. She left me, and I'm just a phone call now. I know she cares about me, but sometimes it feels like she picked her abusive boyfriend over me.
So, what have you been doing?
Well, I'm actually doing the set design at school, for the school play.
Yeah,
Love it so much.
that's nice.
I never thought I'd be working with tools.
And how's your brother? Is he taking care of you?
Actually, he's off at college now.
I don't want to hear about your faggot son anymore.
He was abusive. He abused her.
Baby, mommy has to go right now. Maybe I can call you back another time.
Do you have to go?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Every time she tried to call me, it had to be on speakerphone so he can listen. So I wouldn't say anything like, come back to me. Having her not there for me when I was being bullied caused a lot of distress, and I felt really alone. Leaving's gonna happen. People are gonna leave throughout your life, and you would think the last people who would leave you is your parents. It's one of the hardest things to go through. I was in stagecraft at school. That was last year, and we spent 2 weeks building a set after school until 11 o'clock every night, and it was a beautiful set. It got so many awards. It was a thing I will always remember for the rest of my life. It was an accomplishment. Like, I never thought I would be working with tools, and I worked the back during the play. I thought about if anyone was gonna show up for me, because I thought, wow, if my mom saw this, would she be proud of me? I didn't have anybody there. I didn't have anybody who was like, wow, Joey did something. You see these kids with parents and they're happy, and you want that in your life, and not having it is one of the hardest things to go through in your life. I don't really know how I feel about my dad. I wish I didn't upset him, and I don't know, I really wanted to make him happy. I tried to play sports for him, and it wasn't just who I was, and it wasn't enough.
Maybe I should have had a dog. Maybe that's why your mother left all those years ago. She knew you were a little faggot. She didn't want to stick around to raise a little faggot. Maybe that was it, Joey. You want to be a man, be a man. You want to be a girl, I'll buy you a little skirt, Joey, and be a little cute.
I just wish he would be more accepting to who I was, and I just wish he would have been my support group. That's what I needed growing up, and having no support, it caused me to be very depressed. I developed an anxiety disorder. I hated myself, and I thought I was definitely worthless, and nobody was ever gonna like me for truly who I was. And I didn't want to feel that loneliness anymore. I was just done with it. I tried to run in front of a car. Being alone really, really does a lot to you. And I was just not healthy, and I was not in the right mind. And they would try to put me on medication, but nothing worked. Nothing made me feel okay. I would still be depressed on anxiety medicine. I didn't feel like myself, like my body felt like it was just gone. I knew something had to change for me to be happy. I started running to release stress, and I didn't know what happened, but one morning I just woke up and I was like, I'm going on a run. And I continued to do it for 2 years. I would go under the bridge and see the sunset. I was in my relax zone, and I was in a beautiful area, and I felt like nobody could hurt me ever. This is where I'm safe. This is where I'm gonna be safe for the rest of my life. If I could speak to anybody just going through what I went through, I would say, just be true to who you are. Change your life. Have hope. You will find somebody so special, somebody who makes you feel happy. And you're gonna have that person no matter what. Everyone goes through it. When I met someone, my life completely changed. I tried to be somebody I was not. But now I'm proud of who I am, and I have the support I need, and that is my boyfriend and his family. They showed me so much love with open arms. They just brought me in and started realizing life's not so bad when you found somebody special. Someone so kind. He just wants me to do better. I never had somebody who cared as much as him. And I tell him every day, he's very special. In 4 months, I'm graduating from high school. All the bullying and all the stress, I went through it, and I'm okay now. It's gonna be the best feeling in the world walking that stage. And then I get to go to college to be a radiologist. My aunt was one, and seeing that as a kid and breaking my foot and going to the hospital and seeing the x-rays, getting to see bones, it fascinates me, and I'm excited for it. And I get to move on with my boyfriend, get a house, get a car. I feel like life is gonna change for the better, and I cannot wait.
With Joey, right, his friends didn't accept him at all, and I think that's honestly horrible. If you're someone's friend, you should accept them for who they are.
Nobody really understood him.
He was driven to suicide after what his parents, his friends. He was ostracized by everyone that he knew.
I don't know how my parents are going to react, how my friends are going to treat me differently, or if I'll even still have friends after this.
And if that happened to me, that's so depressing.
I would feel like destroyed. Like I don't belong anywhere if I was pushed away from my family like that.
The way I think about it is, if society hated you or you were discriminated against for being straight, if you had to go home not feeling safe, knowing that your family and your friends won't treat you right for being who you are. You didn't choose who you were.
How can you just treat someone like that just because they like men? It's really not that big of a deal.
People are scared because they just don't know what to do around them. They feel uncomfortable, right? I feel if people had a greater exposure, a bigger group of friends, just reach out to people of different sexual orientations.
For like a really long time, it was kind of people are straight, girls like guys, guys like girls, that's how it is. And it's only kind of recently that people have started to accept that that's not always how it is, it can be different. He was in an area where people were stuck in that mindset, so it was really hard for him to find someone to accept him.
Like, I know that although some people are still kind of against it, like at my school, we're very open with a lot of like the homosexuality, the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, I think it's important to educate people so that they know that there's more than one way that you can be.
At the end of the day, we're all people, right? And we want to talk to each other, but we don't want to have to feel threatened by anything. We don't want to feel like we're in danger.
Did you know the brain responds to emotional pain in a very similar way as it does to physical pain? Crazy, huh? Take a moment to really think about what that means. If you make fun of someone or threaten them, from the brain's perspective, it's like you're punching them. Bullying is a form of violence. The more someone experiences verbal and emotional abuse, the more the brain fires chemical messages of fear and isolation, which often leads to depression, anxiety, and other health challenges. We clearly see this in Joey's story, and it all stemmed from a lack of acceptance from the people in his life. Acceptance does not necessarily mean agreement. You can disagree with someone, but still take the time to understand that they, like you, have the right to choose how they want to live their life. Acceptance means being aware of your judgments and choosing compassion and understanding instead of fear and anger. You can train your brain to be more accepting. Try challenging your judgmental thoughts and behaviors by asking yourself questions like, am I willing to see the person or situation from a different perspective? What steps am I willing to take to learn more about their situation or feelings? How do I feel when I'm being judged? And finally, what is one thing I can do or say today that will demonstrate my desire to be less judgmental and more accepting? When we practice asking ourselves these questions, we make room for healthier conversations, better connections, and stronger communities. The result, of course, is better mental health for all of us. So, is there a situation in your life you can practice being less judgmental and more accepting of? The health of your relationships depends on it. With that in mind, until the next time, let's do better by thinking better.
Joey's story, unfortunately, is not uncommon. So many teens face this abandonment when coming out. No one should ever fear being who they really are. Society as a whole is becoming more and more educated and accepting of the LGBTQ community, but there are still areas where ignorance still prevails. If you or a friend find themselves in this situation, there are hotlines to help and protect you. Please reach out and connect with your LGBTQ community and be proud of who you are. When Joey made this decision to start supporting himself, he excelled. He involved himself in healthy activities like running and in creative projects. Most importantly, he reached out to the LGBTQ community for help and found a friend and family that now truly loves him. He is happier than he ever imagined he could be.